Welcome everybody. Hey, thanks for joining us live here on the Win Government Contract podcast. It's exciting to be here with all of you. We've got Vicky and myself, and we will be talking about how to win government contracts. But today we're going to be talking about two key things. Three areas. We're going to do a little review of Vicky's Dream 100, and then we're going to talk about the best strategies for long-term success in the government market. Now, some of you who joined us last week, we actually talked about the best short-term strategies in terms of how to generate revenue fast in the government market. So we talked about that last week. But this week, we're going to talk about the best long-term strategy to build a sustainable business in the government market. And then we'll also talk about email strategies. As time permits, we'll talk about email strategies. If time does not permit, we will cover that next week in our next podcast here. So if you're joining us live, again, thanks for joining us. If you're watching this on replay, it's always good to have you join us on replay as well. So if you are live with us, let us know where you're joining us from. Give us your business name and where you're joining us from. With that, I want to introduce myself and Vicky, and then we will dive into our content for the day here. So if you're joining us for the first time, my name is Abraham Shong. I am the founder of the Government Contractors Association, and we're here to really support small businesses in the government contracting market. The association is an organization that was founded on the premise of really changing the landscape of small businesses as how you navigate in the government market because of this one reason. Small businesses are extremely underutilized and extremely disadvantaged in the federal government contracting marketplace, state and local marketplace. And so we were founded with the goal of changing how the discrepancies, the social disadvantaged small business community access contract opportunities. So that's why GCA is here. But our entrepreneur in residency with Vicky and her company, she's here because these are live coaching sessions as we help her business, not just theories and principles, but practical everyday activities, everyday techniques that you who's joining us live can use, but specifically what Vicky can utilize for her own company. So you get to learn from what she's doing and the success that she's having and the challenges that she's having. You get to learn from all that there. So with that, Vicky, you want to share a little bit about your business, and then we can kind of go into our topic for the day.
Yes, Alpha Professional Services. We are a management, business, and HR consulting company. We work with we've gone into the federal government contracting, and we also do it for the public sector. That's pretty much it.
Okay. And then tell me a little bit about since you started in the government contracting marketplace, how far you've come and where are you right now?
I am still working on my website and the video capability video. We did complete a bid, and it is my understanding that until they actually make a final decision, we follow up with them at least once a month for at least 6 to 8 months, even after their deadline, if they haven't made a decision.
Yep, until there's a decision, until there's a no or yes, it's an opportunity out there. So, well, congrats on submitting your first proposal. And your business is never really complete, right? Because it's always moving forward, and so you're always adapting your website, adapting your marketing collateral, and adapting your strategies and searching for opportunities. But today, let's dive in today and talk about what your Dream 100 looks like, and then we'll talk about the best long-term strategies to build a sustainable business in the government market. So with that, I'm going to share my screen, and thanks for joining us live for those of you who are live with us. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here in 1 second. Need to adjust a few things here quickly because I'm working with two screens so that I can do multiple things at one time. So if you're joining us live, let us know. Give us your business name and also tell us where you're joining us from. That would be very helpful for us. Okay, so this is the software that we use to manage the work that Vicky and I are tackling on a weekly basis as we use her company as the example of what you yourself can do. Later on in the episode here in the podcast, feel free to ask questions because we're here for you as well, not just Vicky's company, but when you join us live, we're here to support your business as well. So feel free to ask questions along the way, and we will address some of those. I have a producer that is managing some of the questions, and she will let me know, and we will support answer your questions as we continue. So this is software that we're using to manage the work. And if you click on the inside of it, you can log in and go inside. The inside of it looks like this here. So this is the inside of it where we create a roadmap of all the things that you need to do. And we also track the homework. And so the homework of doing your Dream 100 was assigned to Vicky a while back. And so we're going to pull up this document and we're going to review it together. Now, if you haven't seen some of our previous recorded session, please join us. Go to our some of our social communities and watch some of the replay because that's what it's there for, so that you can get caught up to what we're working on. So this is Vicky's Dream 100, and in your Dream 100, we want to identify the top agencies. We also want to identify the top primes and the top teaming partners for her. So she's got listed here the company. So the good news is you have a teaming partner with Tally Global. You have a few other. Now, of these teaming partners that you have in here, which one you've actually engaged and you've signed a teaming agreement and you've signed a NDA of these companies here? Which one have you completed that?
I've done it with Tele Global. I've worked
Okay.
with Valley Marketing Institute, but we haven't signed anything.
Okay. The so this one is you signed a NDA and a team agreement, which is good. I consider a strong teaming partner when you actually sign a general teaming agreement and a NDA, because that allows you to work in a open, trusted environment and allows and there's a commitment that hey, we're going to go and bid on projects together. So that's a good start there. And then Valley is the other companies that you started the process, but just haven't really finished the documents. Now, if you are joining us, and we talked about your agreements, and so Vicky, if you haven't done it, your agreements are already in here, right? Your agreements are under the proposal section. If you come down here, let me maximize this here so it's not. So if you come down here, you come to proposal, agreements are right here. So your NDA is your general, your mutual non-disclosure agreement. I like the mutual non-disclosure because the mutual non-disclosure says if it's true for me, it's true for you as well. And I like that because it holds both parties to the same standard. I don't like the heavy-handed non-disclosure where a company, their attorney writes it and the attorney is super heavy-handed from one company and says, yeah, you have to do this, sir, but the expectation is not, we don't have to do that. So the mutual non-disclosure says, if I'm asking you to do the same thing I'm committed to, and I'm going to hold any confidential information confidential, the same way you're going to hold it and keep it confidential. So that all of our agreements are ready here. So when you need it, Vicky, I know you've used some of it already, but the general team agreement is the other document um, that we use. And in the general team agreement, it just says that the two companies are coming together, and this is the general team agreement. If you need these, if you are a business owner and you don't have these documents, you can get an attorney to create it for you, which they're going to charge anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000. Or you can get the Gov Fast Track software, and it's all already in here. All of the tools are already in the Gov Fast Track. If you don't have the resources, the financial resources, and you need help, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to give you a template. So the and our information, if you just send a email to our info@govcontractors.org, we'll be more than happy, because we're here to help the small business community. Um, so your general team agreement, let me pull that up. And it just says, general team agreement, parties intend to come together to pursue upcoming opportunities. Uh, in this team agreement, the parties are agreeing that, one company at some point will be the prime and the other will be the subcontractor. We don't know who yet, but in the future. And then also in the future, a specific teaming agreement will be identified, and it will decide who will be the prime, who will be the sub. And really, that's what it says, that the parties agree to share information with each other. So very general team agreement. It's non-exclusive, so you can work with other companies. They can work with other companies, but you're marketing together so that you can pursue the opportunities in the collective manner. So that's the general team agreement. So coming back to Vicky's Dream 100 here. So let's look at these companies here. So your teaming partners, there's two types of teaming partners that you want to look for. Those that are winning contracts, whether it's in the commercial market or the federal market or state and local, it doesn't matter. As long as they're generating revenue and they have existing contracts, that's one type of companies. And then the other type of company are those that are not winning contracts, but they need your company to be the arm that's going to go bring in the contracts for them. So, first thing we want to do is we want to look for companies that have past performances and companies that's not necessarily in the government market itself, that you can be their capture management partner. So I'm going to look at this example of, I'm going to choose one of your companies here. And we're going to do a little bit of digging into these companies to see who might be a strong partner for you. So ProCarrier, I'm going to use this company as an example. And so now tell me a little why you chose ProCarrier at this stage here, or why did you choose ProCarrier?
I chose most of them because they're a pro carrier, I believe, does small packages, and they also market to medical courier, and that's something that I wanted to or that I actually have been doing.
Okay. All right. So courier service is one area that you are interested in and growing. And so what you need is, you don't have a single vehicle. That's really why we're using Procure, is they have the resources, and you need someone that can be your resource partner. That's part of the main reason. So if you come here, right, they can do out of town delivery, they can do route delivery, schedule hourly driver, they do refrigerated trucks and vans. So they have capabilities. They're based in your neighborhood in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if this company, as a company, why or how we're going to partner with them. And why we need them, why they need you, because that's really part of the strategies of what we're going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to USA Spending. And all of you joining us, USA Spending should be one of your favorite website, usaspending.gov. And this should be one of your favorite website. And then I'm going to come here and under recipient, let me expand this here so you can see it better. Under recipient, I'm going to put in the company name. And I'm just going to search to see if they want any contracts. And based upon that, it gives me an understanding of how I'm going to engage this company. So Pro Carrier, this is the company. So first thing, because there's a few other company that has the word ProMed Carrier, ProMed. So these are probably two separate company. My guess is I'm going to go with this one first. I'm going to click on this one. And I want to make sure that it's the right address. You see, this is in California. So this is not the same company. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to choose the other one. And I want to, so this is in Oregon. So these two companies that are winning contract, they're not the same company that we found on the internet. So per courier, they have the same name, but it's not the same company. Why? Because if I come in here and this company's been around for a long time, but they are out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they're not in Colorado or actually Oregon or California. So two separate companies here. So it's not the same company. So now I know how I'm going to engage this company. So this company, they have the vehicle, they have the service capabilities, but they don't know how to win contracts. Even though they can do nationwide work, they currently don't have any government, or it looks like they don't have any government work. And I want to just do a little bit more research to see if they do have any. I don't see, the website does not speak to government buyers. I went to the About Us. I don't see anything that would indicate that they have real government contract. Now, they may be a subcontractor. They may do certain type of contracts with state and local, but at the federal level, they don't have any that I know of. And you see how they have a brochure. Vicky, in the government market, do we use brochures?
No, we don't. We use capability statement.
We use capability statements. So we know that, okay, they don't speak, because this should be a capability statement, not a brochure. And so now we know a few things about this company. So what we're going to do is, this is a potential company to where they can support you as it relates to you expanding your courier service in the government market. So the next step, the step number one is this here. Find a list of companies, whether they have past performances or they're winning government work, or they're not doing any government work. But we want somebody that has the ability to do work, but if they're winning government contract, we want to be a subcontractor to them. If they're not winning government contract, we want them to be a subcontractor to us. Or we can go and win contracts, and they will be the one that actually deliver the service. So now, next step one is find a list of companies. Next step is we want to go to govgenie.com, or we can go to sam.gov. Either one is fine. I'm going to start with GovGenie. And GovGenie, any of you can get set up on GovGenie and manage up to 30 bids in here. There's no cost to do that there. Oops. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to click on opportunities, and I'm going to put in here courier. And so it's the Courier, express delivery. I'm gonna check this next code and I'm gonna hit apply. So really what I'm doing here, Vicky, is I'm trying to find a project that may be a good match for this company and my company. So they do medical carrier. So I'm gonna do laboratory courier. This one is due on the 15th. So I'm going to click on this project here. Now let me make sure I'm in the right account. Nope. Vicky, you haven't added me. Oh yeah, right here. So I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna go to your account more so. And that way I'm in the right account. Okay, yep, I'm in the right account. So laboratory courier, if I'm interested in this project, I'm going to click on add to the bid board and I'm gonna hit add. So now I've added this project to your bid board here. And I'm going to start to use this here um, as a project that we can engage the potential teaming partner. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a list of potential partners. So really the link that I want to use is this here. Link to the opportunity is right here. So I'm going to, if you click on this here, it takes you to the opportunity that anyone can see. So anyone can see this project. So if I click on this here, I copy the link, copy link address. I'm going to pull it up in incognito just to make sure that it works. So this is the link, anyone can see this link here, and this is the project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, now that I have this link, I'm going to create an email to engage this company so that they will want to team with you. So this is the email process here. So if you come in here in Gov Fast Track, right, all of our email samples are already in here. So I'm going to come in here to promotion, and I'm going to come to marketing, and I'm going to use this carrot technique here. This is a technique to find teaming partners. That's what this technique is. So I'm going to open up this template. Now we're going to adjust it, right? We're not going to use it exactly as it is. We're going to tweak it a little bit for your specific situation. Yes, so I'm going to pull it up. And the process is what I share with you, right? The process is first, now, well, let me tell you about why we call it the carrot technique. The carrot technique is, think of it as a horse. And I kind of wrote a little article about Billy and his horse Shadow Kicker. But the premise of the carrot technique is everybody engages other companies saying, hey, give me some subcontracting work. That's like you crashing somebody's party and say, hey, I'm going to come and eat your food. I'm an uninvited guest, but I want to come crash your party and drink your beer, eat your food, and so forth. Nobody's welcome in that situation. The best approach is to use the carrot technique to where you engage somebody, say, hey, I'm bringing value to the table. And so the carrot technique is you can get a horse to move to you by kicking it or hitting it, or you can get a horse to happily move to you by giving a carrot, and the horse will come to you instead of you trying to go and get the horse to move through any other means. The given a carrot, the horse is happy to engage you. So in our situation, the carrot is an opportunity, the opportunity that we just found. So the process is this: we build a list, which what is your Dream 100, Vicky? Now we found an opportunity. We found an opportunity, and then we're going to set up an email campaign. And so the email campaign is this here. This is the email campaign. And it would be Uh, so in this situation, I would change it to upcoming career opportunity. Everybody's looking for more projects. So your subject line is, if you're emailing the company and you say upcoming career opportunity, of course they're going to open it, right? This email will get you about using this approach. You will get about a 30 to 45% open rate on a cold email. Why? Because we're always looking for more opportunities. It doesn't matter who it is. If you send me a email, say, hey, Abe, here's the opportunity for us to team on. Of course, I'm going to be curious enough to open it. So the message is, hi, first name. I use first name. This is my own personal approach. Some of you might say, dear Mr. Smith. I don't use that approach for different reasons, because I believe that friends do business with friends. So if somebody sends an email that says, dear Mr. Shong, I know they're a stranger. So I just go, sometimes I don't even put the word hi, right? I just put first name only. Um, I want to see if you would be interested on teaming with us on this upcoming project. The project is, you go back, right? Go back to the opportunity. The opportunity is laboratory courier, right? So that's the project title. So as it relates to my email, it would say upcoming project laboratory courier. Love to set up a meeting with you to discuss more details. Here's a project link, right? So the project link, either use the GovGNA link or the SAM.gov link. And I put the link specifically right here. I don't mind if they go and bid on it without me, because if I'm able to just help them go and they say, hey, we like this project, we're going to bid without you, I'd rather know that they're going to go behind my back on the front end. Now, a trustworthy company, what they would do is they will send me an email. Hey, Abe, or in your situation, Vicky, they're going to say, hey, Vicky, we're already bidding on this project, but let's work on a future project together. They will tell you that. If they're a good, honest company, they would just communicate openly like that. Or they would say, we're not interested, but maybe on another project we might be interested in. All you're doing is you want to get a engagement started. Then you put in here a quick overview of who quick overview about Alpha Pro, right? So you put your company name here. And then in your situation, you put three things in here. We are a carrier and logistics company, right? We're WSB certified. And this is key, right? We have a capture team and a proposal manager to support contracting efforts. And what I'm saying here is, I'm saying we're not going to come and mooch off of you. We're coming here to add value to our work together. And you can put one or two other things, like if you're engaging somebody for a different industry, change this here. And then very simple, attaches our capability statement. And are you available in the next few days to talk about this project? I always leave with a question, because if you leave an email with a question, human psychology says this, sir, that people feel guilty if they don't answer your question back. It's kind of like I'm walking, most mornings I go and walk at the park or somewhere. And if I see a neighbor or somebody walking, I would say, hey, how are you doing? And 95% of the time, the neighbor is not going to ignore me. The neighbor's going to say, hey, I'm doing well. They will always answer back, because we're trained and it's in our DNA to respond to a question. So by leaving, always leave your email with a question. Say, hey, when can we get together? and then you add your, now sometimes we do more than that, but this is the first email, right? Day one, this is your first email. And then now we go 3 days later after the first email. In 3 days, you do a follow-up email. So you follow up on upcoming career project, right? I recently sent you a project for us to consider bidding on. Not sure if you saw it. We still want to pursue it together with you. Here's the link to the opportunity again, and you give them the link, right? Just because you want them to go see the details to see if they're interested in it. If this project is not a fit, we have other opportunities that we consider together. When would be a good time for us to discuss going after this project together? So this is a second follow email. Then you have or this is the first follow. The second follow email you send 10 days after the second email, but it's really a total of 10 days after the first email. This one, you find another project. You find another courier project. And you say, hey, we missed out on the last opportunity, but there is another opportunity for us to consider. Here's the link. When can we connect to talk about? I'm available at your convenience. So you just kind of set up these sequences here. And all you're doing is you're trying to engage somebody. Now, in the sequence that we created, we actually create a whole series for a total of 43 days. And the market research have stated that on average, somebody makes a buying decision after 7 engagements. So whether it's an email or you met them somewhere or you talk with them on the phone, it takes time for someone to get to know you, to like you, to trust you. And so 7 engagement is usually the time where somebody makes a buying decision. So they may not respond after the first email. They may not respond after the second email. They may not respond after the third email. But this is really the process. Now, this is the most effective email out there. I don't know if I should share it with you guys because it might become less effective if I share it with you guys. But Vicky, what do you think? Should I share with everybody who's joining us live, or do you want to keep it as a secret to yourself? Should we share it?
I think we could share it. I'm sure everybody's intrigued right now because of what you just mentioned. I would be.
Okay. So this is the most effective email in the whole email sequence. Let's know. Okay, so some of you said share. Okay, all right. I will share with all of you joining us live. So this is called the breakup email. Now this is after I've sent out a total of 8 emails over 45 days. So on day 60, if they haven't responded to me after these drip emails I've sent to them over 60 days, we send them this breakup email. And so the breakup email, the subject line is saying goodbye. Saying goodbye, right? Because they've seen emails from me over and over time. So I say saying goodbye, or sometimes you can change it the subject a little bit different, but this subject line gets over 50% open rate consistently. Because if you're saying goodbye, they're like, oh, what's going on? So, hey, John, I really thought that we could be great teaming partners. Since I haven't heard from you, I guess either the time is not right or you're not interested in teaming projects. So I guess this is goodbye for now. So it's a friendly, right? It's not a breakup email for good, but this is a very gentle breakup email here. So I guess this is goodbye for now. If in the future it ever makes sense to reconnect, I'm always open to teaming and adding value to your company. That's it. We have received email responses that say, and I'll give you an example. An email will come back and say, oh man, I'm so sorry I haven't gotten back with you. No, we really want to work with you. And people will apologize, emailing back, say, yeah, I just been busy, and I saw your email, but sorry I haven't responded. And so people would come back, and so again, not everybody will respond, but there, open rate is different, right? Response rate is different as well. And so we would get open rate is anywhere from 40 to 50%, but response rate would be probably about a 5 to 10% response rate on this email. But this is the template, and these are the email samples that we use to engage people with the carrot technique. So this is really what I want you to do, Vicky. I want you to take this company, right? Pro Carrier, that's on your list, coming back to your list. So all these companies, if you don't have relationships with them, like Pro Carrier, then you want to engage them. Now, that's the email technique. Now I'm going to share with you, how do you find their email address? There's a few ways. The easiest way is you go to their website, and sometime in their website there is a contact form, and there will be an email in here, right? In the absence, if there is no email, then there's another technique of how you can find their email. I'm going to show you one of the most effective ways two ways of how you can find emails for them. Uh, but first, I want to find a little bit more information about this company. So if I come back here, this is one way of how I find out more information about this company. I put in the company name, and I just Google them. I put in the company name, and then I put in here to Zoom info. And Zoom info will pull up the different companies that have the same name here. So, because this company is called Procure Inc., right? So most likely it's this company. There's another one down here. So I'm going to start with this one, make sure that the address is correct. So this one is out of Connecticut. So it's not this one. So because this is procurier.com. The other one is procurier inc.com. So I know that that's not the one. So I'm going to come back to this one. And this one is out of California. And this is procurier.com. So that's not it also. This one is it right here, because the website is correct here. Procure Inc. here. Okay. So it's the same one. Oh, this is in California. So I guess they have two locations, Vicky. They have they have this one in California, but the logo is correct, right? The logo is correct. They just have multiple locations.
Yep.
And they're doing about $9.6 million. Now, this gives you a general idea, because sometimes Zoom info is incorrect. So don't take their information as, solid, but at least it gives you a little perspective. So they're a small business. They're doing about $9.6 million, which means that they have past performance. They have the ability to support you on projects. So it tells you a little about who they are. So they're based out of Minnesota, and they also have a California address. Rachel Erickson is one of the general managers. So coming here, I can actually see a potential person. So the way I find their email address is I use a few techniques. The first is I would just Google this person. But when I Google this person, I have to put in here pro and this person I will find them probably through LinkedIn. And so it says they're a manager courier. So most likely this might be the same person. Oh, so that profile is gone. So it most likely is this profile now. Then it may not be this same person because this is and probably an old profile. So sometime LinkedIn will lead you to the right person. So this is, and so, and most, not all the time, but they will put their contact information, their email address in here. Or you can use LinkedIn as you can be a LinkedIn CRM user, their sales navigator, and reach out to them by cold email in here. But that's one method. I don't necessarily recommend using that. There's another technique that I want to share with you guys. Um, it's called 500 apps. This is a awesome platform. It's called 500 apps for a reason. I'm gonna put it in the chat here. Um, 500 apps. We use this here to help us find email addresses for anybody that we're searching for. Now you can use Zoom Info. You can use there's a lot of email tools out there that you pay, but this is the most affordable because it's only $15 a month, and it has a lot of other tools and a lot of other resources. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to log in, and I'm going to come in. Oops. And go in and log in. I'm gonna show you guys how to find their information. So I'm logged in. Now, 500 apps gives you a lot more than just an email. They have forms. They have they have sales tools. They have CRM. They have a lot of different things in here. But really, what I'm interested is this is the sales tool here. And so when I click on sales, I want to go to finder.io. And for $15, I get all these different tools here. CRM, Outreachly. Outreachly will allow you to do the campaigns and different cadences that what we talked about. But coming back to finder.io, all I need is the website, and I can get their email. So Pro Carrier. Oops. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna take their website, and I'm gonna paste it in here. All right. Email, Betsy, sales, Ed, accounts payable, Sam, customer service, Greg, accounts. So now this platform, they just pull these here from the internet, right? Because everybody has a footprint on the internet somehow, some way. If I'm not sure who is best, I can go back to LinkedIn, and I can come back to LinkedIn and go to the Pro Carrier. Um, and I'm gonna put on company Pro Carrier Inc. And so most likely is this one, but I'm not sure, right? And because some of them have logos and some of them don't have logo, and not every company has a LinkedIn profile, but many of them do. So chances are it's probably this here. And nope, it's not that one because the website is different. But that's one way, right? Is try to find a person. Um, and but we saw that Rachel is a potential person, but it doesn't matter. I can just randomly choose one of these people. So for example, if I want to see if Betsy is a good point of contact, I just copy this. I search Google for this here to see if her name shows up somewhere. And really what I'm trying to do is I want to see what's her role. And I'm trying to find a person that I can actually engage. But if I'm not sure, I can just choose to email. and I can do a generic email sales, right? Because sales is a email that is designed to get more revenue for the company. So sales is, sometimes is an email you want to use, but I prefer to use a real person, because like this one came from two sources. So this came from two sources on the internet. So chances are this is a real person somewhere. Okay, so right here, right, Ed, right? So this is a real email address from the internet somewhere. I want to click on here to see what they say about this. Um, but once I have the email, then I come back to my template, and then I email one of these people here with the with what we just showed you. So is that helpful for you, Vicky, in terms of how to find email addresses, how to engage people? There's one other way to find email addresses, but for company that's not in SAM, is tougher. Is this helpful?
Yes, it is very helpful.
Okay. We don't have time to talk about the best long-term strategies, because that deserves probably about 20 minutes of talk time. So let's see what questions you have about what we've covered today, and then let's open it up for questions from anybody else who's joining us live. Um, so what I've shared with you is I've shared with you taking your Dream 100, your list of companies that you're interested in, what type of emails to use, how to research them on the internet, and then how to find their email address. Any questions from you, Vicky?
I did have a question, and I should have written it down, but right now I can't remember the question. And so if somebody out there has a question regarding this, they're welcome to ask.
Yeah, if you have questions about anything we've covered, put it in the chat and be more than happy to answer some of your questions also. So while you're thinking about your questions, all of you, I'm going to show you another technique of how you can find someone's email address. So, so the website is dsbs.sba.gov. The DSBS stands for Dynamic Small Business Search. And I'm going to come here, but I'll put it in the chat also for some of you are familiar with it, some of you may have never used it before. But this is the website that you want to use to find potential teaming partners, subcontractors, but more so their email address. So this is a portal created by the SBA. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to um, choose. In this situation, I'm not going to choose any specific state. I'm going to come and get the NAICS code. So for this NAICS code, for this specific project, this is the laboratory, and this is the opportunity that I'm interested in here. And if I want to see it back in SAM, the link is right here. So this is the project here. All right. Now the next code I'm looking for is this here, 492110. So when I'm in the portal, and assuming I want to look for 8A companies or HubZone companies, I can check 8A and HubZone companies that's active. And since this is with a VA, I'm going to look for service disabled veteran owned businesses. And so I'm not do 8 HubZone or 8A. I'm going to do service-disabled veteran-owned businesses. So that's really what I'm looking for. Since it's the VA has what's called a Vet First program, where they try to award contracts to veteran-owned businesses first. And where it says NAICS code, I'm going to paste not that, the NAICS code, which is what was it? 499 492 110. So I'm going to paste that in here because I only want to find companies that can do this NAICS code here, that they list in their SAM profile that they can do this type of service. And then this next part is very important. When I come down here, under the search results display option, I want to add other information in here, because right now, yes, it's pulling email address, but I want to pull other details. So when I click on this here, what I want to do is I want to remove the address and city, because if you do address, city, state, and zip, it's going to give you 2 rows per result, and I don't want that. So as I come down here, yes, I want the address, I want the city, I want the state, and I want the zip, but I want it all separate. State, and let me take state incorporated and remove that. So I want it separate. Address, city, zip, state, right? I want all that separate. So now that I've done that, I come back in here. I say, okay, I want the UEI number. The email is already there. So, and then I want their phone number. I want their website. I want the year that they were set up. I want, if I'm looking for 8A, I can check 8A entrance, 8A exit, but I'm not necessarily doing that there. But I do want SDUSB, so I want their service table certification date and their certification certificate number. And these here, I don't necessarily, I do want keywords, and I want their capability narrative. Oh, that's already there. So now that I've added all these things here, this next part is very important. So now I say, okay, I want all this information. I want to click save. So now it's going to give me all of this information here. And then the last thing I want to do is where it says, how do I want the results? I want it in Excel sheet here. I'm going to check HTML, export it in Excel. That's what I want. And then I'm going to hit search using these results. And then it's going to give me the results. I'm going to open it up. And let's show it to you guys, see what that looks like. Now, remember, I said I wanted to 1 row per company, right? So that's what I did here. I'm going to delete these. So now, Vicky, we have a total of 792 companies that are veteran-owned businesses, that these can be potential teaming partners for you. So what I did here is I added, I found additional companies that might be good partners to you. And all of these companies here, they have the carrier NAICS code that you're interested in doing work in. And then you can come in here, you can go to their website, research more about them. And then in this here, we start off by, you want to find email address, right? So these are their email addresses here. And then you can use the campaign that we talked about to engage these veteran-owned businesses. And some of these here, some of them got their certifications, just a few years ago. And some of them, if we, in fact, we could actually do this here. I'm going to create a filter and put a filter here so I can do the date of certification. Like you look at some of these here, they've been around for a long time, right? And some of them recently just got certified. So I can do it in ascending order. Or so I can, sort it as I need to here. Or I can just check, okay, I only want companies that just got certified in the last 3 years. And then it will tell me, only the companies. So now I've reduced it down to 560 companies. And then I see all the companies that's here. And then what you want to do is you want to take the UEI number. I'm going to add 2 rows, 2 columns more so. Insert um, 2 columns here. And this here, 2023 awards. And then this column is total awards. Now I'm going to take this UEI number, copy that. I'm going to come back to USA Spending because I want to see how much contracts they won. So I'm going to come back to USA Spending. I'm going to reset my filters. I'm going to check just 2023 and come down to recipient. I'm going to paste a UEI number and then I'm going to hit submit. And it's going to tell me if this company have won contracts or not, right? So down here, I'm going to do it by year. And so they won 2023, they won 811 contracts. And so they won 4.5 million in a $8,000 contract, but because this might be multi-year. So what they actually receive in 2023 is 811,000. So now I come back to my Excel sheet, and for 2023, I put 811,000. And let me change that to $sign. Oops, add 1 more 0 here. Now I want total awards. Total awards is 2008. So come back here, and I'm going to click on the company name. And then here, I'm going to put all fiscal year. So since 2008, they won $25 million. You see that here? All the way back to 2008. They won 25 million. So I come back to my Excel sheet. And I put in here 25 million. Now it gives me perspective of how I'm going to engage this company. Because this company, last year, they didn't get a lot of contract, but overall, they won 25 million. So now it tells me that they have capabilities. And so as I'm researching this here, they have past performance. They have, capability. They've been around since 1992, which is a long time for a company. And I can go to their website and I can do a little bit more research about this company here. No, I do want to click on that. I want to copy their website and go directly because I don't want to go through the portal. Okay, so now I can come and research a little bit about what they do and learn. So they go by TVI Logistics, but the company is actually Technology Ventures. They do warehousing, transportation, distribution, lots of different things related to this here. All right, so let's answer some questions. We cover a lot of things here. So some of the first question here I see is, uh, can you use a care technique for products too? Products, I generally would not use that. The care technique is mainly, you can use it for products too, but it's not the best technique. The best technique for products is this here. I go to Sam or GovGenie, I find a products I'm interested in. And then I would go and find a manufacturer that does the same products. And then to the manufacturer, because what they want to do is they want to sell their products, right? So I go to the manufacturer that has a product that I'm interested in working with, and I will send them an email. And the email is a little bit different. The email would say, I won't send them the opportunities. I would just say, I'm interested in buying this product from your company, and please provide me with a pricing. So that's how I would email a product, for products. That's how I would do it. Please provide me pricing. I need 20 of this product here, and please provide me pricing on this. If you are looking for more distributors, I'm interested in buying this here from your company. Now you might tweak the email a little bit. You might say, "Hey, we're bidding on a project with the federal government to buy 20 of this product here, and would you be interested in teaming with us to for this project here?" So you can say it a few different ways, but because products, the manufacturer, they have the product, they're looking to sell as much of it as they can. And if you're going to bid on it and they're going to be your supplier, then that would be a slightly different email campaign. Another question is, can you please show us how to find economically businesses in DSBS? Yeah, very simple. What we just showed you, right? If you're DSBS, you're in here. You just choose. If you're looking for 8A company, you just choose require active here. If you're looking for hub zone company, you just choose this here. If you're looking for veteran-owned business, you choose this. If you're looking for service disabled veteran-owned business, which is what we did, you choose this here. If you're looking for women-owned or EDWSB, now you might want to narrow it down a little bit based either by NAICS code or by states, because the list will only show you up to 1,000. If it's more than 1,000, it will not pull it for you. So you might have to, if the list is more than that, you might have to just start off with maybe states from A to C only. So only do states from A to C, and that way it will narrow down under 1,000 for you. All right, let's see if there's any other questions. Producer, are there other questions in here that I need to answer?
There's one earlier about GovGenie. Can you add your own bids?
Bids, yes. So one of the question is, if you're on GovGenie, can you add your own bids to the pipeline? Yes. The answer is, if you come to your bid board here, you can add your own opportunity. You can track all your projects on GovGenie. So in here, if you find it in our portal, or if you find it in SAM, or if you find it at maybe it's a small city that you live in, and you find an opportunity, because right now GovGenie only pulls from the federal market. You click on add opportunity, and you can manually enter it in here. So you can put in here career test opportunity, and you can put in the information and then it's a two-step process. So you only need to enter whatever is here to kind of add it to the bid board. And then once you add it to the bid board, you actually need to put more information in here. Um, so fill out all this information. If you like, for example, contact information, if you don't have that phone number, just put 10 digits in here as 0 if you don't have the contact information. The agency could be Irvine City, and then put whatever they and then hit add, and then it will add it to your pipeline over here. And then once you add it, then you can go back in and paste a link. Because so once you add it in here, if the link is automatically, if it's from Sammy, will pull it in here. But if you manually add it, then you can come in here and you can put in whatever the link is yourself down here. And then the attachments, you can come in here, and the solicitation, you can attach it by adding an attachment. You can do a link to Dropbox or to Google link, or you can actually do a upload a file here. So that's how you would manually add your opportunities. So we have time for one more question, and then we're going to wrap it up. Do you have a video for DSBS registration? I don't have a video, but I will show you how to do it very quickly. So to get on DSBS, you have to be in sam.gov first, and then you want to come to connect.sba.gov, and that's how you add your information into DSBS. To search it is dsbs.sba.gov, but to add your company's information into DSBS, you do it by going to connect.sba.gov, and then you'll use your login.gov, which you created when you did your SAM profile. And then once you create an account here, then you can add your company information to DSBS. But the portal might be they're moving merging a lot of the platforms right now. So if you have any issues, you might have to wait until after the end of August. Let me see here. Yeah, so the new My SBA certification is a new portal. Well, Connect won't be impacted because Connect is your registration. Your certification there's a new portal that's coming out in another few weeks. All right, with that, we've covered quite a bit in terms of content for the day. Vicky, you've got a lot of homework ahead of you in terms of getting your email campaigns together. And you don't have to start with every single list. Just start out with 4 or 5 emails. And if you don't have a drip email campaign to do all the automatic drip, let me share a few quick tools, and then we'll wrap it up here. There are a few quick tools to create the drip campaigns. The success.ai is one of the tools that you can use to create drip. And right now you can actually get a lifetime license for $199 forever. I'll put this here in the chat if you guys want to get this is a new tool. We're actually testing it out right now for the success.ai here. The one we have been using is called Clinty. Clinty.com. And Clinty allows you to create an email sequence. Now, for most of you, the other tool that you guys are already familiar with that you can create, they call it cadences, which is the same thing as email sequence, is HubSpot. So HubSpot is another tool that you can use that you can create. You can actually get started on HubSpot, for free as well. And then, actually, the free version does not allow you to do email cadences. So you have to go with the one of the the individual here and do like the $15 a month that should allow you to do email cadences. Let's see here. Email marketing. Yeah, I think email marketing is the cadences. Okay, we've covered quite a bit. We'll wrap it up here for this week. And for all of you who are joining us live, thanks for joining us. Remember, you are one contract away from your goals, from the dream house that you want, from the boat that you want, from the vacation that you want, from the new employee, new staff member that you want. Don't stop. The only people that don't win are those that stop along the way. Vicky, you are well on your way. You've been at this here you tried it a few years ago, didn't go anywhere, but now you're back in the game. Some of you, you've been in the game for a little bit, but keep going. You will get to the contracts that you are interested in going to. If you want to learn more about government contracting, we have events on a regular basis. Go to govevent.com. My producer will put it on the chat here. Go to GovEvent. We have classes every single week, 3 to 4 classes every week. And then for some of you who want to join us live, we have the live podcast where we talk about how to win government contracts live with all of you as well. So join us live or go to some of our replays to watch some of the things that Vicky and I have covered in the past. With that, I will see all of you next week, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, as usual. And Vicky, I will see you next week for another episode.
All righty. We'll see you.
Okay, take care, everybody. Have a good one.